name's Tamara. I'm the host of World Kitchen. We're in our third season now. We're very grateful that a lot of you have been with us from the very beginning, and that we have a sponsor. The Outreach and Online Education Office of Inclusion, Equity, and Diversity sponsors World Kitchen for us, so we're grateful for that. And today, as I mentioned, this is literally my favorite food in the world, spring rolls. You could put anything in front of me and I could turn it down, sweets, anything else, but spring rolls, I will fight you for. So this is going to be really exciting for me. And my guest chefs today are both from Vietnam, from the Hanoi area. And one of them, Nguyen, here, is a visiting Humphrey Fellow. She's here this year for the Humphrey Fellows program at Penn State. And her friend Hung is a visiting Fulbright scholar. So they are great on camera and they are great together. So I'm going to let them take it over, and I'm going to go behind the scenes. But if you have any questions at all, or if we're moving too fast for you, just let us know in the chat, in the comments, or feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question. And if you want to just put it in the chat, I'll ask those questions for you. So I will let them take it away.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tamara. Thanks a lot, Tamara, to give us a very good opportunity to be here to show you one of the very special food, special dish in Vietnam. Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Duyen, and I'm from University of Languages and International Study, Vietnam National University in Vietnam, and I am here to do my Humphrey Fellow. It's a kind of professional in the US for the mid-career professionals, and this is my colleague. She also teaches in the same university back home in Vietnam. And
hi everyone, my name is Hang, and I also come from Vietnam. I'm a colleague of Duyen back home, and I'm here as a visiting Fulbright visiting scholars, and it's a great chance and a great surprise that we are here all together at Penn State. So thanks a lot for being here and joining us today for the spring rolls.
Okay, so I don't know if everybody just ready for cooking a very traditional dish in Vietnam. I'm a little bit nervous. Anyway, yeah, hopefully you will enjoy our cooking today. Yeah, okay. Yes, so let's get started. I hope that some of you can cook along with us. If you already prepare some ingredients, so let's see. First of all, I think that the first step that we should soak those kinds of mushroom. This one is a dry mushroom, and this one is a wood ear dry mushroom. And you can also, find it easily in some Asian store, Asian supermarket downtown. So it is very easy to find these kind of ingredients.
So from the store, you may buy the smaller version. It may look a little bit smaller because all the mushroom I brought from Vietnam, so it traveled like 10,000 miles away to Penn State. But in any Asian shop, then you can easily find the mushroom. It may look a little bit smaller, but they may taste exactly the same. So don't bother or don't worry if you couldn't find something from Vietnam. You can get them here.
Okay, so I will demonstrate soaking some of the mushroom in the hot water because it's quite dry. So you need to soak the boiling water, the mushroom in boiling water, and just leave it for maybe 10 minutes. Okay, can you help me?
Sure.
So while waiting for mushroom to be soaked in boiling water, we can also add the other ingredients. Actually, I have the vegetable that I put in the ingredients that you may already receive from Tamara. The first one, you can chop or cut the cabbage, the fresh cabbage like this, and you chop it into the slice or pieces like this. Okay, so you can see it clearly. and you just use like a quarter of the medium, and you also do that with the you can also grate some carrots, so you can also choose two medium carrots, or it's up to you, like, and then to grate it finely like this. Okay, and you also do the same with the onions. You just need one onion cut and chop it finely like this. Okay, small species, so everything just look like small species like this. Okay, so
One of the questions that came in, they wanted you to explain again what the names of the two mushrooms are.
so the round one, we just call it like dry mushroom. So you can look at this like this, the little brown.
So
and
at the Asian market, what would it be called? Just dried
Is it
mushroom?
dry mushroom?
Dry
just a
mushroom.
dry mushroom. Yeah, like
Okay.
this. And also the wood ear, it look like an ear.
Wood
like,
ear.
Yeah,
Wood ear
mushroom.
mushroom.
And then you can also find it easily when you enter any Asian market, or the grocery store. Yeah, some
Okay.
grocery stores.
So
can have
then
it.
I have already soaked the mushroom in the boiled water, and we are gonna keep them for 10 minutes until they get really soft. And afterwards, we will rinse them and then chop them into very small pieces, very fine ones like this.
Yeah, like this one.
So,
and this one.
And you were telling me earlier that you would use a grater for the carrots because it's such a stiff, hard vegetable. But for everything else, the cabbage, the mushrooms, and the onion, you would hand chop that very fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the reason why we would grate the cabbage is that it's really hard.
The
So,
carrot.
yeah, the carrot, sorry. It's really hard. So if we just cut it by hand, it takes more time. And then sometimes we may just cut our finger by accident. So I just feel like if we grate it with a grater like this, it will come very fine and it's easily done. So normally I would use the big size like this, or somehow if you want it to come smaller, then we can also use a small size, and it comes just very easily by just grating.
Shredding it. Okay.
Like that. Okay, so when you finish with the chopping and cutting in small species, the mushrooms and cabbage, carrot, and then let's move to the preparation of the shrimp. And if you put the shrimp in the freezer, you should thaw it and to make it like soft like this. And now I will demonstrate right away how to chop the shrimp. You also cut it and into the small pieces. Okay, so maybe like this. Yeah, so if I have a bigger knife, so I can make it quicker. That's okay. That's okay. So you can
knife here.
Yeah.
And I can also help with the chopping if you want. If
Okay.
it's gonna make your job much easier.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically, the rules of making spring roll is quite simple. We chop everything into small pieces, and then we mix them together.
Yeah.
So I think that is one of the easiest thing to do in the world. The only thing that it might bother is that it may take a little bit of time, because we have so many ingredients, and then we have to chop them, and the chopping time takes time.
Yeah. But it's also the funny time when you can do
Love
it
you.
with families, and we often do this kind of dish during our traditional feast, something like that, and then we often eat together, so everybody, like friends or family, can gather together, and we do it together. Like somebody do the carrots, somebody do the cabbage, and the other can do the chopping the shrimp and maybe the pork. Here
Remember,
we can,
the last time when we made the spring roll together with Michelle, a friend here, and her family, and her kids were just like crazy about wrapping. the
Mhm.
spring rolls, and it's really fun for us.
Yeah.
So would you typically always make this fresh, or like the American in me would make like,
Oh,
take a day and make like 100 of them and freeze them? Do you ever do that?
Exactly,
Yeah.
because it takes a lot of time to just cook. So the way that I normally do at home would be to like prepare all of them of the whole full pack together,
Mhm.
like hundreds of spring rolls.
Yeah.
And then I just put them in the freezers, and then they could stay for like 1 or 2 months.
Mhm.
And whenever I want to have spring rolls, then I just take some of them out and put them in the air fryers,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they come perfect.
Great.
But you
Mhm.
should fry it for the first time.
Mhm.
After you rub it, you
Oh,
fry
okay.
it very quick.
Yeah.
But it's not really fully cooked. So, and then you put it in the
So
freezer.
like half cook it and
Yeah,
then
half
freeze it.
Okay, yeah, you're right. And thanks for reminding me. I also want to introduce you that besides the fried spring roll, we also have the fresh spring. Yeah, actually, you may also go to some Vietnamese restaurants and you can see like they also serve the fresh spring rolls. The difference is that the fresh one that you can rub and then you can eat right away. But the fried ones you need to prepare. Maybe it will take us more time to prepare with the chopping things like that. But for the fresh one, we just cut it into the slice and with some a little bit different ingredients, and it's mostly cooked.
Mhm.
And then we rub it.
I think that it might be interesting to know about the name of the fresh and the normal spring rolls. So typically,
Yeah,
the
the spring roll.
the fried one is not called.
Cha Nem,
Right? And in English, then we would call it spring rolls. Okay, so I have already chopped
the shrimp.
the shrimp into small pieces, and then would you like to put them into the
Okay,
bowl?
I need to
Mhm.
wash.
And also, I think the mushroom is now ready to be washed
Oh, I
and
see.
chopped. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna bring them and wash them together.
Can you take one out? Show the
Mhm.
camera what it
So,
looks like.
Oh,
Oh.
hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, I will put the chopped shrimp into the bowl so that later on we will mix all of them together.
So once
Oh, yeah.
the wood
Wood ear.
wood ear mushroom is ready, then it's come really soft.
It
like
really
this.
looks like an
It's
ear.
really soft,
Yeah.
and it looks like.
That's
Well,
why
actually,
it's
in
called.
Vietnam, it has another name. We call it elephant ears.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
it looks like the ear of an
Of
elephant.
an elephant.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks very
So
almost
it's
see-through.
really soft, and it's very easy to chop. So you just wash it, and then you cut away the tip of it.
Okay,
And
so
then
there's
you-
kind of a core or something that
there
you
would be
would
a
cut
core,
out.
yeah.
Okay.
And we cut it out because it may not come nice in the spring rolls.
And then the other mushrooms, the small
And
button
the
ones?
smaller mushroom doesn't look much different,
Okay.
but it feels different. So when you touch it, and you feel that it's soft and easy to chop.
Okay.
That is the time when it's ready.
Great.
So it really based on the intuitions that tell you when and where to chop, right? So it's a typical job for me when I cook at home. That my friends ask me, how much time do you spend on this? How much ingredient do you want to put in? Then I just tell them a job, but it's really what it is. I don't know. I really don't know, because I just listen to my ancestor telling me that's enough, my dear. And it's really enough.
Yeah.
I never failed in cooking. Right. So because it has already been chopped, I don't think that I need to cut it now, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if somebody like. Yeah, I could see that some of the audience are cooking along with us. So if we are too fast, please say it out loud. Okay, that's good, perfect. And I could see that some mushroom have been chopped and very nicely. Wow, that's great,
Lovely.
lovely.
Right. And when we are Waiting for the audience as well. Would you like to chop the shallots?
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay, it's also optional that because we already have the onion, but in Vietnam we often put the shallot in different kinds of dishes, so because it can add on the taste to the dish. So yeah, for example, for this dish, so we can also use half or maybe the whole shallot if you want.
And it's kind of interesting because the shallot in Vietnam tends to be very small.
Yeah.
Just like the tip of the fingers.
Okay.
But here in the US, but we know everything in the
is
US
bigger.
is big.
Yeah, bigger than
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's much bigger. So it looks much more like an onion to me.
Mm-hmm.
But back home, it's much smaller.
And yeah, so we should cut them or chop them like this for everything. For every ingredient, just chop like this into small pieces.
So we would say everything is diced. It's
Yeah,
diced.
diced.
Yes.
It will make me cry.
Maybe you missed your husband. It's not because of the shallot.
Maybe, you know, yeah, this dish actually reminded me of my family time in back home because yeah, I started to cry, but not because I'm homesick. Actually, because of the shallot and onion in general. Actually, it reminded me about my family time when at the weekend we often gather together, and my mother-in-law is super talented in cooking, and she does every cooking things around. And then she also the one who teach me how to cook this kind of spring rolls. And yeah, we often have this kinds of dish at the weekend when we have a lot of time to prepare. And also we have it for some traditional festival in Vietnam, like Tết holiday. It is a very traditional dish that we can eat together. And for the spring, for the fresh spring rolls and the fried spring rolls, how can you tell them a little bit when we eat different kinds? Of course, we can eat anytime we want, but they also have
different function, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
So for the fried spring roll, or we call it the spring roll, the conventional spring roll is normally fried, and it's normally served hot, and it's often eaten when the weather is cold. So in the winter, and it's normally, you know, in Tết holiday when the weather is really cold, and it's just like the time when everybody is together, the family time, friendship, everybody is together, and we eat the fried spring roll because it's warm and it's cozy inside, right? But for the fresh rolls, or the summer roll as we name it, is really fresh, and it contains all the fresh ingredients. We don't fry it, so it's really coolant our bodies, etc. So we normally eat them when the weather is hot, and we just feel like it cools the body, it refreshes the bodies. So
yeah, I've seen those. So they typically would have like cooked shrimp in it or some other cooked protein.
Yeah, it's also quite diverse. So we can include like egg, fried egg. We could also have cooked shrimps and some sort of meat like pork. We just boil the pork and then we chop it into small slice, and then we just wrap it together with the fresh, like fresh vegetable, like lettuce, herbs, mint, mint and lettuce, right?
Lettuce.
Yeah. And then some people also include, you know, sort of let me try to recall the name. What is that? It's a little bit sour, but I couldn't recall the name of that right now. Pineapples.
Oh, pineapple.
Yeah,
okay.
Pineapples and
Pineapple,
mangoes.
carrots, cucumber.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And
Nice.
even mango, the green mangoes is when it's not ripe. So it will create the sour flavors.
Yeah, it
And
sounds
then,
really
yeah, it's
Uh,
really refreshing.
Yeah, maybe one day if we have time, we will be back and then demonstrate
Sure.
the fresh one. But yeah,
Right.
anyway,
For now, then I think that you really need to
yeah.
prepare the noodles. So this is the noodles that Duyen has already prepared in advance, and I think that the audience has also been reminded that they should soak the noodles
Yeah.
in the water beforehand, right? So similarly, as long as it's soft and you feel like you can hold it and pull it easily, then it's ready to be chopped.
So we told people, because the recipe, I believe, said to soak it in water for about 30 minutes, but you were telling me earlier that if you forgot or if you're in a hurry, you can use boiling water?
Exactly, but not too boiled. So we boil the water, then we leave it to cool down a little bit, because if it's too hot, then it might come too soft.
Melt away.
Yep. So this one is the perfect flavor. So I will just take it out for Duyen to chop. Maybe this is a little bit too much, as my ancestor just told me.
Thank you, Han. Yeah, so with the noodles that you already make it soft like this, and then you also chop it like this. Okay. It's up to you. You can chop it or smaller, or maybe like.
So you
This
don't
way.
want it to, you want it to be small enough pieces that it's not going to, when you bite it, you're not getting a long string
Yeah,
hanging
yeah.
out, right?
But not too small, because we still want to feel the different ingredients inside the spring roll.
The text is
Yeah.
texture.
We don't want it to disappear.
Right.
Yeah. Do you think that's okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you just cut it like this, and now we can put it in the bowl. Okay.
Even your ingredients are a work of art here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So would you like to remind the audience of all the ingredients here, so that they can, and also the onions, spring onions as well.
You can put it in the sunshine like this.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we have in the filling right now. We have the chopped noodles that we have already done like this. We have dried mushroom, diced finely like this, and cabbage. This is a shrimp, chopped, chopped shrimp. And it is a wood ears, mushroom, and onion, carrot, shallot, and some green onions.
And don't forget one of the most important ingredients
Yeah.
here.
Okay, this is ground pork. And remember that we with this kind of dish, you should be very flexible. For example, if you do not or you cannot eat pork, you can also substitute this kind of pork with beef, maybe ground beef or ground chicken, or yeah. Or but if even if you are
Vegetarians,
Yeah.
then we also have vegan options.
yeah,
So we could use mushroom, but the fresh mushroom. There's a very special type of mushroom that we could substitute for all type of meat, and it's called the chicken thigh mushroom. And it looks exactly like a chicken thighs.
yeah.
And you just chop it into small pieces, and then when it comes to the whole ingredients, and it just feels like you are eating chicken. So the
And
texture is very special.
And you can also add on some fried tofu, cut like fried tofu, and then yeah, and also for the ratio of different kinds of vegetables here, you can also put anything or more than the other if you prefer. For example, my friend and I really love wood ear mushroom, so we put more than the
And the
ingredients
reason
say.
why I would like to have more of this, the wood ear mushroom, is that the wood ear mushroom will make the spring roll really crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
Why somebody else may love like the dry mushroom because it has a very unique flavors
Mm-hmm.
and it's the scent, the feeling that you could never have from any types of ingredients. So it's for the smell, for the scent, and this is for the crunchy textures.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of vegetable here, right?
Mm-hmm. In Vietnam, we do not actually use cabbage. We can also use like bean sprout instead. So any kind of veggie like that you want, you can also substitute. But it's not the very soft one. It looks like this.
And also, well, you can substitute with different kinds of vegetable, but also bear in mind that the one that you add in shouldn't have very special or shouldn't have very odd smell because it will ruin the whole spring roll. So we try to go for the conventional one like cabbage, or we can go for that coleslaw. Is it coleslaw? I don't remember the name in English now.
We use cabbage in coleslaw.
Yeah,
Yes.
coleslaw, right? Or we can have bean sprouts, which is good, and it doesn't have very unique smell. So would you
Okay,
like to
now-
put it in now?
Okay, can I have the chopstick?
Sure. Chopstick ready.
Okay, so it depends on you. You want to have more pork, or you can put all. If you think that is, I think just, I think that's okay. Normally, if you do not know how to do it, you can make it like equal in portion, like
Right.
this. And
What
then
about this? Peppers?
yes, and we have pepper.
So this is white pepper. Is that what you would typically use?
I would use a black pepper.
Black pepper?
The white
Okay.
pepper would be good as well.
Yeah.
White pepper is a little stronger, I think.
And eggs.
Yeah.
Maybe we
A little bit of salt.
salt. So can I have a spoon? Can I have the small spoon? Yeah.
Measuring spoon?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
this one. So maybe it's just
And if you want it to taste a little bit nicer, then you can also add a little bit of sugar, but it's really optional.
so 2 teaspoons of salt. So not too much, because anyway, it will be served with the dipping sauce that I will show you later. So you just need
A little bit of sugar, but not too much because we
Yeah.
don't want it to get burned easily.
So that's it. And then once you put it in, so and then with this kind of ingredients, we can use like 2 or 3 or even 4 eggs. So you just smash it like this. So you can also check whether it is wet enough. I don't know how to say, like I will try with 3 eggs first. Yeah, can you help me to stir that?
Okay, so the second step would be to mix everything together. And the stronger we mix, the nicer it will just mix together.
So you typically use the chopsticks to mix?
Well, normally if I have a gloves, a pair of gloves,
Oh.
a cooking glove, then I would use my hand because they will mix nicer. But for now, then I just use the chopstick, and afterwards I wash my hand again, and then I may think about using my hand.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you can use this kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, when I make meatloaf or anything like that at home where I'm mixing a lot of ingredients, I just get in there with
Yeah.
my hands,
Mhm.
like, yeah.
Your hands
Yeah.
should be good enough.
So try to mix everything so everything just well mixed together. So the thing is that if you feel like it's a little bit dry, so you can put one more eggs, or for some people, or even you read in the ingredient, you can also put some cooking oil, because we try to limit the fat, so we do not put it. But
Would
for
you
some
like
people,
to use my hand because I washed mine already?
yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
Okay. So I have already washed my hands, so it's hygienic enough. And then I just mixed everything together and make sure that the mix will not stick together, because we really want everything to be well mixed. And from the feels of my hands, and I think that is enough soggy, so we don't need to add more eggs. So really, you just need to feel it. And if you think that
It looked like a little bit sticky. So when you put it in the wrapper, so and then it can make it like everything to stick and mixed very well. So while waiting for Hung to mix everything, I will prepare the wrapper. Can I have some water? So in order to wrap the spring rolls, you need a dish like this, a little bit deep. I'm sorry.
this one.
Yeah, this. I'm sorry. I forgot. This is. We need two dish. Actually, the first one you need to put the water inside, so that you need to dip the rice paper, because it's a little bit dry and hard. So you need to make it softer so that you can wrap it easily. So you need the first dish like this, a little bit shallow, so that you can put the water inside. And this one is the dish that you can put the soft rice paper there, and put the filling in, and then to rub it on this kind of dish. And of course, we need another one to put the finished wrap spring roll, so that we can put it over there. Okay, so in order to make the rice paper soft, you put some water inside the dish like this. Okay. I don't know if you could see it. Yeah. Okay. And in order to make the spring roll crunchy, there is a tip that you should put some vinegar and some sugar inside. Yeah, so I can put just like 1 or 2 spoons of vinegar, like this.
And now we could use just white vinegar, but you're choosing to use the rice vinegar, right? Does it make a difference?
I don't know, maybe the white one can a little bit stronger. I prefer the rice vinegar more than. Okay, so this is like dissolve the sugar just a little bit. Maybe I put a little bit more, but that's okay. So the purpose is to make the spring roll crunchy when we fry. Okay, so ready.
Right. This is ready as well.
Wow, it's very nicely mixed. Okay, so you can also go to some Asian markets to buy the rice paper or rice wrapper like this. Yeah, and then you can see, I don't know, they just call like rice paper. Yeah, like this. And there are many types. And actually, we also have different brands, but don't worry, it's just rice paper, so you can use it. So you can take one piece here, and you soak it in the water that I prepared previously, and try to make it like soft. And it depends on each type of rice paper. Maybe you should feel like 5 to 10 seconds until it's soft enough. So maybe I need some more time. it depends on the brand. Some of the rice paper need more time, some maybe need, yeah, okay, until you feel like it can be fold like this. All right. So you try to take the water out of the rice paper before you put it in another dish, and you start to rub it. Okay.
Let me get another spoon.
Okay, so now you already have your filling mixed quite well like this, and then you just put one full of one spoonful.
One big,
yeah.
that looks like a big heaping tablespoon.
Yeah.
More than a tablespoon, I'd say.
More
Yeah.
than. Okay, and then you put it to one end of the rice paper like this, and to make it like in the log shape or the tube. Yeah, like this.
So when Nguyen is wrapping, then I will dip another one to save the time.
Yeah, and the first step that when you put it to the side, but not too close, you need to leave a space.
You're leaving maybe 2 inches at the bottom of your wrapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's a little bit short. And then you put two side, you fold two side in the middle like this, and then you put this end like this, and try to roll it as tight as you can, but not too tight, but also not too loose, because it can.
The purpose is to keep the roll round enough.
Yeah, so.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can make it like the log shape like this, or the tube like this, and then that's it. And then you can put it aside. And then the next one, you continue.
Maybe we can swap the plate so that I can dip the water in for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's about 2 inches from the bottom, and you're making a nice oval shape there in the middle.
Yeah, like this. Okay, and then you just put two sides. Depend. Like home, maybe my mother-in-law or maybe many people, they want to make a big one, so they can make the very big one like this.
Longer one.
But you want the sides to touch in the middle so that it kind of holds it together.
Yeah, so I think this one, this side is okay. So you just roll it, and then press a little bit tightly at the end, and then it can make like this.
Yeah. Okay. And this rice paper, I'm noticing as you're rolling it that unlike when I've used spring roll wrappers, which are very different, I guess they're more of a Chinese spring roll or a Thai spring roll. This, you don't need to do anything to it because it's already sticky and it will stick to itself.
Yeah, exactly.
So normally I don't keep the rice paper in the water for too long. I just dip it in and then turn it upside down, and then I take it out right away, and then I keep it outside for like 20 seconds, and it will be ready.
It softens up as it's laying there.
If I do not give instruction, then I can quicker. It depends on how quick you did it. Okay, so like this. So hopefully you can go along with me.
Yeah, those of you who are cooking along, is this working for you?
Yeah.
They are too busy preparing.
Okay, so, and remember that when you put it in a separate dish, do not put it.
Do not leave them too close.
They will
stick together.
They shouldn't touch each other.
Yeah,
no touching rule.
Treat them like your children, no touching.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, I think that just can, yeah, there are a lot of feeling today.
Wow, we have a big dinner.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we can do like 6 or 8 and then show them how that's fried, because I know you want to also get to the sauce.
We are gonna make 8 and then leave the rest. So in case you want to keep the ingredient as it is, normally then you can keep them for 6 to 8 hours in the fridge.
Okay.
We stay okay like that.
Okay.
But don't keep them overnight because we have already added the eggs.
Yeah.
Without the eggs, and it could stay overnight.
Okay.
So that's why we say, we already told you at the beginning that maybe we can, because the preparation time is quite long, so you can do the whole batch and maybe eat it and fry it very
Half
quickly,
fry.
half fry,
Mhm.
and then use it later. Okay. So I don't know if you have any question or any difficulty.
I could see somebody texting in the chat box.
Okay. Tamara, can you help me to see?
Oh, it's from before.
All right.
Should I prepare?
Yeah, you want to prepare the, okay, so we're gonna, you said you want to turn the heat on the pan first, right?
And actually, if you have some time to chill the spring rolls before you fry, it's perfect. Because today we do not have time, so we can fry right away. But if you have some time, maybe you can chill the spring rolls in the fridge
Okay.
for maybe 1 hour or more.
Okay.
So that it can be drier, and then when you fry it, it won't splash out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Okay. So I will make 2 more, and then we can start making the.
Sure.
Okay.
So what is the purpose of heating the pan ahead of time?
To make the pan a little bit hotter so that we can avoid the oil from splashing out.
Okay.
So the rule is that when the pan is wet with water, then it tends to splash the oil. But if we keep the pan warm enough and then we put the oil and we keep the oil, we reheat the oil, then it will prevent the oil from splashing out when we are cooking.
Okay.
And also, it's very important that we keep the pan not too hot. So I normally leave it at 6.
Okay.
Okay. Remember, when you rub, please do not make it too tight, or it can be broken.
Okay, I think I had asked ahead of time before we started, and I think I know the answer, but one of our guests would like to know, I guess it's considered a little healthier to steam these instead of frying them. But you said you've never really done that and you don't
No,
think it
we
would
don't.
work. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't steam it because first of all, we need it to fry so that the wrap will keep it that way, not to break it. And
Yeah.
also because we have the raw meat and brawn, we
Yeah.
really need it to be cooked well.
Right.
And with the steaming, we just feel like it's
Not gonna
sure.
cook
Yeah.
completely through.
And also with the frying, then all the flavor just come out.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I think that the pan is now hot, so I just pour some oil in. And I want it to be a little bit deep fried, so I put a little bit more oil.
Mm-hmm.
It's about half of the spring rolls.
Let me turn this. Ooh, I can't get to it. There's a light there. Just push
Light
that
on?
Push hard. There you go.
Okay.
Now it's on.
Lovely. Right, so I'm done with that.
And while waiting for to help me to fry the spring roll, and yeah, one more thing, when you fry, and remember that the paper is so soft, and then you need to flip up
Yeah,
and
roll
down,
it.
roll it very quickly, because it can get white and burn, and then this is not good. So you should like pay attention to when you fry the spring rolls, and then you just roll it very quickly until it turns brown. So okay, so Han can help me to
So when the oil is really hot, then I just use my fingers, use my hand to put the spring roll in, and then I would roll it very quickly for the first time because I really want the roll to stay round.
Okay, so you're giving that one, you know, a little time to absorb a little bit of the oil and stay round.
Stay round. Because
Okay.
if I just keep it that way, then it tends to flatten.
Okay.
And it doesn't keep a nice shape anymore. So it needs a little bit of time
Okay.
to absorb the oil. And then when that one is done, then I have a feeling that this cooking pan is stronger than mine. So I just redo it a little bit. Again, another one, and I keep rolling it until I have the feeling that is round enough for me.
And for those of us who are not as adept with the chopsticks, we could use tongs or a couple of forks.
Palm would be good as well.
And also one tip, if you have some time, you can also stir fry to fry the spring roll for the first time, and you take it out, and maybe you put like half cook, and then you put it in the fridge. And also when you want to eat it, before you eat, then you fry it again. So fry the spring rolls twice. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe it can make your spring roll crunchier.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But the other way would be to fry once and then you put it in the air fryer and it will come perfect as
Oh.
we stir fries. And the thing with the air fryer is that even when we have already fried this time, when we put it in the air fryer, then all the oil will come out.
Okay.
So we just feel like it's healthier and it's
Sure.
crunchy.
Sure.
So as I mentioned before, because we soak the paper in the water is really sticky. So what I would like to do is to separate them in the pan because if you put them together, they will stick together, and then all of the filling will just
it'd be a big mess.
Yeah.
But if you don't have an air fryer, you can just use the fry pan twice.
Exactly.
Okay, so can you help me with the rest, and then I will show them how to make the dipping sauce. The dipping sauce.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully you have somebody to help you, and do not just fry the spring roll and make the dipping sauce at the same time because it can get burned and then like. All right. Okay, so in order to make the sauce, it's very easy, as I showed you in the ingredient in the recipes, that we only need water, some rice vinegar, and you can also have some fish sauce. If you don't like fish sauce, you can also use salt instead, and some chili flakes. Yeah, if you have the fresh chili, this is better. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to get it here. Okay, so the ratio to make this dipping sauce like this, you need a bowl like this and with a big spoon like this. And first, I will put 5 spoons of water, drinking water. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 spoons of drinking water and 1 spoon of the sauce. Okay, fish salt, or you can also use the salt instead.
Maybe we should take the top off.
Yeah.
Let's just take the top off.
Thank you.
Doesn't want to come off. You might have to shake it.
Okay, yeah.
Doesn't seem to come off.
Okay, don't worry. Yeah. So you need one. So the ratio is 5 water, 1 fishing sauce, 1 vinegar, 1 sugar.
I think that spoon looks like it might hold about an eighth of a cup. If you don't have, if you're trying to gauge how big this spoon is, I would say about an eighth of a cup. So if you're using a measuring cup.
Mm-hmm. You can use any measurement, and it depends on how many people. So
Yeah.
just remember that the ratio is 1 and 5. 5 for the water, and the rest of that is 1, and the rest of the thing. So, yeah. And the vinegar. For many people like me, I don't like the sauce to be too sour, so maybe I can put a little bit less than 1. But the ratio is, like this. And 1 sugar. Okay, thank you. It looks like the same amount of water that you put in 1 spoon, okay? And then you just dissolve the sugar in the sauce. Okay, so I can use a smaller spoon. And for the cold, for some cold days, you can also put this kind of sauce in the small pan and make it hot. So it can also make the sugar dissolve easily, and then when you serve with the spring rolls, and then it can be warmer.
So you said typically you would use a fresh chili, is that like a red chili or a jalapeno? A red chili.
Red chili. It's just to make it look nice.
Okay.
Okay. So so this is the dipping sauce. So I also put some garlic in. All right. And can I have the knife? So I can smash some garlic. It depends on your taste. So you can use 1 or 2. I like garlic very much, so I will do 2. It's very good for your health. According to Vietnamese belief, actually, you can help your intestine. And your digestion system. Okay, so you can put it here. So if you have carrots with you, I will show you how to make the carrot flour. It's very easy, and I just show some of my friends. Can I have the shot, right?
Scooch over just a little bit.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Sarah, I need a small knife. The small one here. The short one. Yeah. The one that we chopped. Reduce the chop at the beginning. Let me see.
Oh, this one.
Okay, this one? Yeah, this one. I prefer this knife because you need to use the sharp one and just small like this, so that you can make the flour. Okay, by cutting the carrot like this, I will show you. You should choose the bigger carrot like this, and you cut it into the smaller piece like this, and then just cut it, but not too deep inside, like this, and then
So you're cutting a channel, kind of almost a V-shaped channel.
yeah, the V-shaped one, yeah, like this, and we will leave a little bit space, and then the next one. Yeah, this is very easy, right? Just to make the flower shape.
Okay.
But do not cut it too deep inside, because this can can break your flower.
Yeah, it looks like you're cutting just right to where the core begins at the carrot. If you can see that that line where the core is in the middle.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so you have the flower like this, and then it's time for you to slice, to make it thin like this, as thin as you can.
Your head's over the top.
Oh,
there
sorry.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, like this, yeah.
Like this.
Nice.
It's nice, right?
So in Vietnamese cuisine, I see that a lot of the presentation is important as well.
Exactly.
We see that in a lot of Asian cultures where I think they say you eat with your eyes before you eat with your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It is a dipping sauce, and it looks like just the white garlic. So but if you put the carrot flower like this, it looks like very beautiful, right?
That is beautiful.
Yeah, so beautiful. And it's better if you also have some fresh chili. You chop it, or you can cut it into different slices. Here I do not have, so I can also put some chili flake instead. And this can also make it beautiful like this. And maybe we can add some chili pepper, the black chili pepper.
Oh, you mean just black pepper?
Black pepper. Okay. And that's it. We have the dipping sauce. Very easy, right? Yeah, I can make some more carrot flower in order to decorate. When my friend finished the frying, you can decorate the dish. Okay.
So it's not 5 minutes. I think it's another 3 minutes. Normally, it takes about 15 minutes for one part to be cooked. It's with rawness, so I don't know.
Okay. So now I can decorate a little bit. So you can also decorate the flower along the dish like this, or you can also decorate it with some tomato. If you have tomato, you can cut it in different way.
Just move up slightly because I think they're not seeing it. There we go.
Yeah, so you can put the flower along like this. And you know, we often eat the spring rolls with some of the fresh herbs like lettuce. So we can also put some lettuce here. I will choose the beautiful one. Yeah, we put the lettuce. Some lettuce leaves, yeah, and also some cilantro. Yeah, so the decoration can be very different. It depends on you. Yeah, and we have some parsley or
Basil.
basil. Yeah.
There's the basil.
I can't see the basil. Where's the basil? No, I don't see the basil. It's in here.
Oh, it's in a different container.
Oh,
Here we go. Here's the basil.
Yeah, you can also put some basil for because when we sometimes the spring rolls a little bit like fat to
Mhm.
refill the fat. So it's great if you like have it with some herbs, some
Mhm.
fresh one like this. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, that's great. Try to find the.
I think we're ready to move
Almost
over.
done,
Okay,
yeah.
let's
I think
move
we're
over
ready
to look at
move over
those.
here to look at,
Okay, and yeah,
so here is the final product. It's almost done. I just need it to be a little bit more well cooked. So as long as you find that all the rounds, all the sides of the spring rolls is brown, then it should be good.
So you were saying you think maybe 10 minutes? or-
Maybe 10 to 15 minutes because it contains raw meat. So we really want it to be a little bit brown. Yeah, and it needs to be cooked on all sides. So we just keep rolling it when we are cooking.
Okay, we come back over here because it looks like we're also putting some fresh noodles on the plate.
yeah. Actually, I also prepare here some fresh noodles. It is a fresh noodle. If you go to some Asian markets, you can also buy some fresh noodle. In order to make the fresh one, it also dried, and then you can see that this is called Nguyen in Vietnamese. That I don't know how to say that. You just ask them what is a fresh noodles. So with the fresh noodle, when you put it in the water and boil water and just boil it for 5 minutes, and then just leave it for maybe 10 more minutes, and then take it out and rinse it in the cold water, and then you can have the white one like this and very soft. And in Vietnam, we often have the spring roll with the fresh noodles like this. So I already prepared for you, but it is also optional. If you don't like or you don't or you cannot have it, you can also eat it with rice, or just the spring roll itself can also give you a lot of nutrition. Yeah, because we have everything in the filling. Okay. Have you finished?
Yes, I think that I'm done here.
Okay, so you just fry the spring roll until it turns golden brown, and then you put it on the plate. And remember to put some of the paper towel so it can absorb
Absorb the oil.
absorb some oil. Okay, and now let's see what my friend had done. Oh, very nice. So,
Okay, so I have already finished with the fried spring rolls. And once you see that it comes brownie like that, then it should be good already. And I'm trying to put them on top of this.
okay, so this is our final product. We are so proud of us today. Wow.
Another one?
Yeah, another one here. Yeah.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Yes, you can put it
Maybe
in the bowl.
one. Yep. The other one should be nice.
Okay. Okay, so that's it. And when you eat it, in order to eat this, you can take the an empty bowl. So you can you give me? I can show them how to eat it. This has noodle or the chopsticks. So when you eat this, you can also put some noodles. Maybe I don't want to destroy my.
You don't want to ruin it?
Yeah, so I will use the extra one outside. Okay, so just put some noodles in your bowl, and then one sweet roll. Sorry, I don't want to ruin my decorations.
So now that you don't want to ruin it,
Yeah.
then we'll put
Okay,
some
so
more.
some more
herbs.
herbs. Yeah, the basil. Yeah, that's it. And then you just put some sauce. This is called dipping sauce. So try to dip everything in the sauce. So I think that you need to.
Some carrot.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice, right?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. So beautiful.
Just hold it up to the camera there. I wanna see it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
So
So. Yeah.
And also this one first. You want?
So that's it.
Very nice.
Very nice, right? Yeah.
And it smells so good. I just
It
want
does.
to
It
have a
smells
bite.
really good.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody out there to have finished. Today we have a lot of assistants. And hopefully you guys over there, you can also have some time to make, and yeah, that's
And
it.
enjoy the spring rolls.
Yeah, so thank you.
Oh, so beautiful.
Oh, yeah, we're seeing some
Yeah,
others.
you done it. You got
Wonderful.
Yay!
it. Wow, I cannot see anybody for the first time can do it like
Definitely
you.
have to let us know how it came out for you, how it tastes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but thank you
Lovely.
both so much. And I will give you a little sneak information in that while we were discussing all of this week and when we met to go shopping, Hong has agreed to come back in May and do Vietnamese pho. I can't say it correctly, but
It's correct. Yeah, Vietnamese pho.
so we will do that in May. We'll do another Vietnamese, but it will be pho. Okay.
Yeah, and maybe I will fly back from Washington DC to assist her.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this time I'm her assistant, but next time I will be the chef.
Okay, yeah. So thank you so much for joining with us today, and hopefully you will enjoy the most and very
Must
typical
have, right?
Yeah.
Typical Vietnamese
traditional
food.
the fried
And
spring roll.
information about the March World Kitchen will be up on our website next week, so keep an eye out for that as
Yeah.
well. Thank you
Okay.
all for coming.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank